Hi, I'm Jen Sprague, the Transformational Health Coach. And my job, which I'm so passionate about, is to help people who feel overwhelmed or stressed or anxious. I help them regain some regulation in their nervous system, usually by rewiring some of their thought patterns so they can make decisions that are aligned with getting the results that they desire, getting the life that they want, living their best life. And one of the things that I've done recently, which I so enjoy, is writing to my community. And I thought, hey, there's people like me who don't necessarily like to sit at a computer and read, but I will listen as I'm putzing or I'm walking. So I'm doing an audio version of the Email Insider for anybody who's like me out there. So I'm going to read from my email. And this one is the second one. The first one was released in November of 24. And I was talking about some lessons I learned from my cancer experience, which, bless the universe, it was very mild. And this one is titled Lessons from Cancer Continued Learning to Receive. The main lesson I learned from that first one was learning to allow the emotions in real time and not push them aside or avoid them, which I'm really good at doing, pretending like things are fine and just keeping myself busy. So it was a real call to action, come to Jesus or universe, just to be like, let's deal with what's inside. The outside is going to shift when you pay attention to what's going on inside. So that was really good. And the second lesson, learning to receive, maybe this will resonate with you. I hope you get something wonderful out of it. My goal is to be authentic, but also useful. So if you've got a journal, I suggest you grab it because we're going to do some learning and some integrating here. So let's get started. This was released on December 12th of 2024, and it's Gifts from Cancer Continued, Learning to Receive. Okay. Let's see here. Happy healthy holiday. This is a holiday season. Okay, let's start again. Happy healthy holiday to you, friend. 'Tis the season. Let's give some gifts, and by all means, let's receive some too. As promised, in this note, I get to share how receiving support is a gift that changes the way we experience hard things. Jen, about 6 weeks ago, and maybe a few months ago at this point. No way, I'd never have you drive 2 hours just to take me to a doctor appointment. Well, with persistence from huge-hearted, loving friends, I did just that. I allowed my friends and family to offer their gift of support. And it makes me emotional now, remembering. See, the gifts just keep on coming. Some of their gifts included kind words, check-in texts, cards, hours and hours of time, rearranged work schedules, calling in childcare support, even changing flights and vacation plans. These gifts, some seemingly small, others obviously huge, all made me uncomfortable, downright itchy in my skin. But then, as I learned to receive, I felt truly loved and cared for. Wow. Thank you, Cancer. Best gift ever. Why so uncomfortable, Jen? You've probably been there, right? No, I couldn't possibly ask you to do that. Or no way, I can do that for myself. Or maybe the thought of asking never even crosses your mind because you're the one that gives, gives, and gives. Upon extensive internal reflection, which is my gift and my curse, I realized some of the discomfort was that it just felt weird because I haven't needed rides to appointments before. But we don't get it off the hook that easy, do we? It's not just about life being different. Well, especially now when Jen's in the room. So I went deeper. I found another feeling that I recognized coming from the young girl in me from my past. She felt weak, vulnerable, needy, like a victim. After all the internal work I've done over the years to get out of my old victimhood mentality, that was not okay. Jen's resistance was nigh. Finally, the little young voice echoed, "Don't rock the boat. Nothing to see here. Don't draw attention or add to the chaos. Your needs are not as important as theirs." That's what she used to think. Enter wisdom. I've been taught, thank you, hardcore leadership, that help and support are different. So let's get clear. Asking for help is victimhood, is passing the responsibility onto someone or something else by declaring you're inadequate. But asking for support, well, that's wise. Asking for support is being 100% responsible for the outcome and recognizing you can't guarantee the outcome if you go it alone. So there's a difference, guys, between help and support. And now, what I'm sure you've been waiting for, it's your turn for some inner work. Yay! Can you hear me clapping? Now in the audio version, you can. Love the inner work. Okay, so it's time to grab your journal. Here are the tools to engage with for the sake of living your best life. Remember, journaling or speaking out loud, this is how we are going to process. Science says just thinking about it is not enough. So get the journal or be ready to talk out loud to yourself or to someone in the room. Okay, here we go. First, I'm going to share some hard truths. Hard truth number one, when we are 100% responsible for the outcomes and experiences in our lives, we are empowered. Choose empowerment over victimhood. Choose support over help. Hard truth number two, we are connected to everyone and everything around us. By resisting support, we are resisting the laws of nature and making our lives really hard unnecessarily and withholding the ability of others to give their gifts. This reminds me of that African proverb, which I've added a little to it. If you want to go fast and burn yourself out, then go alone. If you want to go far with love, connection, and inspiration, go together. Let's go far together, people, not meant to go alone. Next section, see yourself. Yes, this is time to get intimate with yourself. It's so uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Question number one. Where have you been avoiding support, trying to go it alone? Maybe because you didn't want to seem weak. You've always done everything by yourself in the past. Maybe you don't feel important enough to receive someone's time and attention. My response, assuming I'd go through cancer appointments and decision making alone, as usual, why would I bother anybody else with this? It's not important compared to their lives. And that's sad and it's untrue. So while I was feeling like I was going to do it by myself and that my problems were not as important as other people's, what is your answer to this question? Where have you been avoiding support or trying to go it alone? This is where you pause and write something down or speak to yourself or speak to me on your screen. Go. Question number two, where have you been asking for help when you could be 100% responsible? For Jen, well, maybe the other areas of my life. There's a lot of them, like house maintenance or tech issues. God bless my tech savvy friends. And I don't know how I have any more because I've asked them all the time about tech stuff. And then there's marketing. I could go on and on, but why? Okay, now it's your turn. Where have you been asking for help when you could be 100% responsible? I know I could figure certain tech issues out. I know I could do marketing, but I could ask for support. Okay, so you're writing now. Number three, who will you delegate a communal task to or ask for support in your own empowered journey? Who will you delegate a communal task to? Give someone else the gift of being 100% responsible or ask for support in your own empowered journey. My response, how about for dad? Unload the dishwasher, please. Sometimes it's a simple request, but if you're not used to doing it, it's still hard. Ask a friend for marketing ideas and tech support. I'll do it, friend, but won't you please hold my hand or walk beside me or look over my shoulder? And by the way, guys, I have since done that. That's why we have a YouTube channel right now. Thank you, friend. Asking for support. All right, here we go. Next section, my favorite section, choose joy. It's time to conjure a side of joy to go with the ease you're now allowing. Where can you be playful with the loved ones who support you on your best life journey? My response, I can grab a friend for sweaty yoga and we can give each other side eye when they make us do a pose for way too long. You've all been there, maybe. And I could go see Wicked, which I did. I grabbed a friend to go see Wicked. It was great. Can't wait for the next one. And let's see, I have something else here. With dad, how can I be more playful with my dad? That's a little tougher. Maybe we can watch AP Bio on Netflix. It's ridiculous. Now it's your turn. Choosing joy. Where can you be playful with the loved ones who support you on your best life journey? pause and actually think about that. And just a fun follow up from the last insider. Remember my commitment to playfulness in the last note? I took a picture of my dad. He's the one with dementia, bless you, Dad, and I'm his caretaker. I wanted to be more playful with him, so I brought my goddess oracle cards down. I have a bunch of different oracle decks. There's like 4 or 5 of them right here. And I had him pick one, a goddess card. He chose peace, which was so ironic coming from my dad. Wouldn't his mind appreciate some peace? And I did share a picture in this email, which is so fun. So you should totally sign up for these emails because you'll get the pictures too. All right. Um, Jen is going to wrap this present up. During this holiday season, we have so much opportunity to give and receive the gift of support. Don't muck it up with that stubborn ego thinking you should do it all by yourself. Where's the fun in that anyway? Also, I'm so grateful from the bottom of my heart for my dear loved ones who wouldn't take, no, really, you don't have to do that for an answer. And you came anyway. My universe, I am so loved. Join me next time when we talk about a real doozy, a lesson, you guessed it, cancer also knocked me over the head with, which is slowing the F down. Until then, may you feel as loved as I do this holiday season. I certainly send you love and support as you honor this precious life of yours. And I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. Love me. So, thinking about this precious lesson, asking for support instead of getting help, I had the perfect example of it today. So, house maintenance, isn't that cute? How that was one of the things that I listed. It's not usually my favorite thing to do. Like, I can mow the lawn, I can like do all the trimming and the hedging, I can do all that stuff. But wouldn't it be more fun if like somebody was just there doing it with me? 100%. At any rate, I digress. I'm renting out my precious little home while I'm staying here with my dad to caretake. And they called with a leak in the utility room, which is like outside the house, thank goodness. And I was walking the dog by myself, and it was lovely. And I didn't panic. I've been using all my skills. Like Jenny 10 years ago, I would have been like, mother fricker. And I would have been like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Total victim. I would have been like, being in a tizzy. I would have been anxious. I would have been worrying. This time, as usual now, luckily, breathing. I didn't swear at all, I realized. I thought about it and they texted, so I had time to think, right? I was like, okay, I'm on it. I'm gonna think about this. And first, a handyman came to mind, and he's a awesome guy who I have had work at my house before. Then when they sent me the pictures, I saw Culligan on it, and I remembered this gem of a man who helped set up the RO water filtration system when I moved in. It was like cracked, and it's kind of my fault because I let it freeze. But he fixed it, like using a warranty, and was just so kind. And I ended up inviting him to my open house party. It happened to be that day, and it was so awesome he could stay. Anyways, he remembered me from that. It was 2 years ago, and he's like, "You're the nicest person ever. I can help you. If I can help you, I will." We were texting back and forth. I shared the pictures, and he walked through how they could like get water into their house with not having the water gush out. And my lovely, the people that are renting my house are so lovely. They cleaned up the water, which is amazing. And I just felt so supported. I felt so supported. I showed up, 100% responsibility. I didn't cry and whine to somebody else. And I I followed my intuition, which was remember Matt, the Culligan man? Like literally call the Culligan man. He's an angel. So kind on top of it all. The problem is being resolved. I'm sure he's going to come over Tuesday, I think, and hopefully I'm sure he can fix it. It seems like probably a small problem, but a big result. So there it is, Jenny, 100% responsible, not losing any sweat, not getting any more gray hairs over it, just complete surrender. So, where do you get to ask for support and where do you get to do some deeper breathing? Not everything that comes up is a freaking crisis. Right? All right. So we'll see what comes up for us tomorrow and how we can face it and how we can ask for support when we know we need to. We do not have to do it all by ourselves. I am the one to tell you that. And if you need some help, then please, this is where I get to remind you. You can sign up for my little emails down there. There's a sign up button, I'm sure. And you can schedule your free discovery talk. It's just where we figure out where you're at, where you want to be, what's in the way, and if I get to be the one to support you, or I can like give you some resources. I'm like an avid book reader, and so I always have a book for everything, it seems like. So don't be shy. let's connect. I love helping people. Because yeah, I struggled enough myself. All right. Until next time, have a great best life kind of day. Bye.